This video demonstrates the Quality Target Product Profile section in QBD Vision using our new peptide sample project, which is available in your sandbox environment for exploration. Click on the QTPP menu tab in your project to begin defining the Quality Target Product Profile and the constituent final quality attributes. The Quality Target Product Profile or QTPP provides a summary of the quality characteristics of a drug product that ideally will be achieved to ensure the desired quality, taking into account safety and efficacy. QBD Vision provides a link to the ICH Q8 guidance where you can get more information about the QTPP. The QTPP is where the final quality attributes or FQAs are defined and assessed for criticality. An FQA is a property or characteristic that should be within an appropriate limit, range, or distribution to ensure the desired product quality. When you create a new project, the FQA list will be empty. You will add the FQAs which are appropriate for your drug substance or drug product. For this example, we have created a list of FQAs to demonstrate the functionality of this section. To add a new FQA, click the Add button to access the fields of the new FQA record for editing. In the header, you will see a legend. Fields marked with 1 asterisk are required in order to save the record. Fields with 2 asterisks are required in order to propose the record for approval. If a field is not marked, it is not required to save or to propose for approval. Every FQA has the same structure. The FQA definition starts with describing the general properties of the FQA. After the general properties, there are 5 sections: acceptance criteria, risk assessment, process capability, risk control, and references and standards. Every requirements record except for the TPP sections is structured this way. It is important to note that you will likely not know all of this information when you start your project. You should enter what you know and add to the record as you learn more over time. In the General section at the top, you provide a name, and then select a type using the drop-down box. Next, select the categories this FQA belongs to. You can select more than one category. The categories will be different between drug product projects and drug substance projects. In the Trace to TPP section, you can select the sections of the TPP that this FQA may impact. You can select more than one TPP section if the FQA may impact multiple sections. This allows you to link product requirements to patient requirements and starts the process of building requirements traceability. Next, you can define the acceptance criteria. The data space field allows you to define where your current understanding falls in the quality by design spectrum. If you click on the field name, we provide more information about the selections in the drop-down box. Next, specify whether this is a quantitative or qualitative measure. For qualitative measurements, you will only be able to define a target value or criterion. For quantitative measurements, you will be able to specify a unit of measure, say liters or percent, along with numerical values for lower, target, and upper specification limits. You can provide a written justification for the acceptance criteria, and you can link to external references or directly upload source documents in support of the information you have entered. For each attachment created, you can specify which field of the acceptance criteria section it applies to. Click the Save icon to save the entry in the table. If you don't want this entry, you can click the Delete icon to remove it. After entering what you know about acceptance criteria for the FQA, you can start the risk assessment process beginning with criticality. Criticality is defined as the product of impact and uncertainty. These can also be interpreted as severity of harm and likelihood of harm. Select the impact and uncertainty values for the FQA based on your current understanding. The values in these drop-down lists come from the risk management plan you assigned to the project. A risk management plan, or RMP, is required to start your project, so you will have already set one up. We cover the functionality of RMPs in other videos. QBD Vision supports flexible definitions, so you can configure each RMP to your project and organizational needs. QBD Vision automatically calculates the criticality value as the product of the impact and uncertainty values, and this product is displayed as the criticality raw value. The default is to select the highest value in the scale for each to be conservative. We also calculate a normalized value on a percent scale. As an example, if the maximum value is 10 both for impact and uncertainty, then the maximum value is 100. If the value selected for both is 5, then the criticality value is 25, which is 25% relative to the maximum value of 100. This value is shown as the criticality % value. You can provide a detailed justification for the assessed criticality and note any recommended actions for further evaluation of this FQA. Attach any source documents for additional justification as needed. The next layer of risk assessment focuses on process capability information. Capability risk is the probability of being out of specification. The assessment of capability risk is intended to be data-driven, and QBD Vision allows you to record manufacturing data to understand your process capability and assess this risk. Process risk is automatically calculated as the product of criticality and capability risk, which has the same definition of risk in ISO 14971. We also show you how these numbers are calculated, so at any point in time you understand what is happening. You can add data from batches of manufacturing runs in this table. For each table entry, you can directly input the summarized information from the batch interface and link or attach to the batch record. We also allow you to import manufacturing data using Excel. This is a more efficient way to populate QBD Vision with manufacturing data. We allow you, for example, to upload data across multiple FQAs and to upload multiple measurements. We track and store the originally uploaded files for traceability and data integrity. Other videos will further demonstrate the import functionality. The combination of acceptance criteria and manufacturing data allows for the assessment of capability risk, and additional justifications can be provided. QBD Vision has the ability to calculate process capability metrics and control charts for any requirement, and this can be used for quantitative justification of the capability risk. This functionality is described in a separate video. The final layer is the risk control section. This is where we fold in detectability risk to calculate your RPN or risk priority number. Detectability risk definitions come from your risk management plan, and those definitions can be seen by clicking on the field name. In QBD Vision, RPN is automatically calculated as the product of process risk and detectability risk. There are separate fields to specify your detectability justifications and to describe your control strategy. In the Control Methods field, you can select methods defined in the Control Methods database to explain how this FQA will be tested. This creates a very valuable link between the requirement and the test to confirm it meets the acceptance criteria. The Control Methods database and how control methods are defined are demonstrated in separate videos. QBD Vision allows FQAs and other requirements to be flagged a critical control point (CCP) and also to indicate if there is an official sampling plan for manufactured batches. A control justification can be described in further detail to explain how the strategy and methods together achieve desired control. Attach any source documents for additional justification as needed. Finally, you can add any references or standards that relate to your FQA in the last section. FQAs have similar functionality to TPPs for proposing a record for electronic signature. For now, we will just save this draft and the record will switch to the view mode of the FQA. The new version will appear in the version history list as version 0.1. You can return to edit mode for this record by clicking the Edit Last Draft button. That wraps up the basics of what you need to know about the adding or editing FQAs. If you have any questions or input on how we can make QBD Vision work harder for you, please let us know by using the feedback button.